You know, I'm like a fucking jolly green giant next to blooming Mike and the
By the way,
midget.
no, thank you very much for accepting my request. I really
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
it.
I'm honoured to be here.
Yeah. So, regarding networking, I remember 2 weeks ago when I attended one of your podcast workshop. You said that you don't like networking. I just want to ask you why in general.
It's like I'm just not comfortable doing it. I'm not a fan of small talk, and so I find a lot of times when people network, they start off with small talking type scenarios or environments,
Right.
and that's just not. And I'm quite an introvert, believe it or not. And
Mhm.
people might think that I'm an extroverted character, but I do like my alone time, and I'm not a big fan of crowds of people when I'm not working.
That's very interesting because when I attended one of your events or one Najahi events, they are huge. They are like mega events when you have at least 100 or 200 attendees. So, yeah, and you feel very comfortable, walking on the stage and talking to an entire audience. Well, do you prepare that, or is it like all of a sudden? How? It's,
1 or 200? You mean 1 or 2,000? At the Najahi event recently.
we were 2,000.
It's
To
1,000.
be honest, I don't have the impression we're that much.
1,800 people.
Oh, damn, that's quite a crowd.
Yeah, it's a lot. Anyway, but yeah, whether it's 5 people or whether it's 500 people makes no difference to me. But no, I don't script it. I go with my gut.
All right. So, do you think with all this coronavirus spread that's going on at the moment and it's going crazy right now, do you think that is going to affect the way we network today, physically? I mean,
Yeah, I think it's going to network. Is that all right?
it's fine. It's fine. I think it's proceed with the peanut. Cancel. It's fine.
Is it going to affect how we network today?
Yeah. Shaking hands.
Yeah, well, we already did. We didn't
We
shake
already
hands.
did, yeah.
Hey! Like, give me some disinfectant.
Yeah.
I think that people, well, obviously, you take countries like China and Wuhan province where
Yeah.
that started, and you take Italy now, and they're 3-foot berth around everybody so that nobody comes close to each other. Do I think that the pandemic's going to hit here? Yeah, I think it will, and I think that will change things for a while until it gets back to normal. I don't think it will change things forever. And some people like to network face to face. Some people like to network. It's like webinars and seminars, Some
Yeah.
people like to sit in their underpants on their laptop on a webinar, and some people like to dress up and go to a seminar.
Absolutely. Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a huge fan of face-to-face networking, and I believe that when people meet face-to-face, it makes a huge difference when it comes to creating business relationship or closing deals, no matter how was the communication before, because we use a lot of LinkedIn today. But a lot of major events across the world have been cancelled or postponed due to this reason, unfortunately. And 60% of businesses have switched their strategy to digital, to, as you said, to webinars, to selling courses online. So are you actually following that strategy, or?
Yeah, I have a digital approach.
All right.
But I like you, I prefer face-to-face selling. I don't like networking, but I prefer face-to-face selling.
All right. And during a networking event, for example, because I like the way that you distinguished networking and prospecting, because most of the time you see people throwing business cards on your face before they even introduce themselves or asking about who you are. Like this approach is very common nowadays. So what kind of tips would you give to this kind of people?
To understand the difference, if you're going to be prospecting, then own prospecting and have that in your mindset, and don't con yourself into thinking that you're networking. It's something else. Networking is to make sure that you build a following, build an audience, and build people around you that you can be valuable to.
Absolutely.
That's what networking is.
Yeah.
But people go out doing business development while they're networking. And but again, that's because they've not been educated to understand the difference, because their boss has said to them, you need to go networking to find clients. I just think that there needs to be better education around it, and if there is, then I think people will see it differently. But I hate going to events where people randomly pull out a business card, shove it in my hand, as if I'm going to do anything with it.
That's interesting. And one of the questions I wanted to ask you, it's like, when or how long does it take you to spot someone who is an absolute waste of your time, or someone that I might be interested in making business with this person?
Everyone's a waste of my time at first, in my mind, because I don't like networking, and I'm not, and I don't see networking as prospecting. So I never see someone, when I am networking, as someone I can do business with. I just try and think about what I can do for them.
Okay, so most of the time, people you interact with or references through your own connection?
No, if I'm at an event, I was at an event last night, you know, and there's some people I know and there's some people I don't know, and the people I don't know, you end up having small talk conversations with that are just generally average conversations, and I'm either not very skilled at that, or I don't enjoy it.
Do you believe in elevator pitch, that elevator pitch can help while networking? Depends on the format of the networking event, of course, but do you really think that people really need to practice elevator pitch while going around the table, or going, you know, turning up in an event and meeting attendees, random attendees?
You're talking about an elevator pitch. This is how you sell yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, that's prospecting.
That's still prospecting.
That's not networking.
Yeah.
Networking is me learning about you, okay, so that I can work out how I can help you.
Yeah.
All right?
Trying to find common synergies.
Okay, not how I can sell you anything, but how I can help you. Is there something I can do? Is there someone I know that I could introduce you to that could help your business? You know, is you being part of my network going to bring value to the people in my network? So I'm part of a group up here at the Social Capital Club, and there's no networking allowed. There's no business cards allowed. It's like, how do we help each other? That's the deal. And not how do we help each other's business, but what can I do to help you? Who do I know in my phone book that could be valuable to you? And so that's, as I see networking as being more important. And so when it comes to elevator pitches, that's you selling. So that's prospecting.
Absolutely agree with you. And I really like the fact that you...
I don't like sitting next to you. You're so much taller than me. You're not even on camera there. Look.
No, it's
when
fine.
You sit back. You're not.
We can do some adjustment. We can do some magic.
That's what I'm sat with blooming giant.
Yeah. So that's actually at Signature Net. I should be the one doing
Yeah,
that.
you should be doing that. I want to stand up. I need a cushion under my chair.
So at Signature Net, when I established Signature Network, the main purpose was to connect people and to do matchmaking based on common interests, right? So one of our policies is to restrict the use of business card, because it kills the communication when it comes to networking, as you so rightly said. But one more detail: food and beverage can also kill the communication, as we have noticed. So when you're going around and networking with your mouth full, it really spoils the relation and the communication you have with the person in front of you. Do you agree with that?
It all depends if I'm hungry. I don't think when you're networking you should be eating though.
It's a very small detail, but has its whole difference and makes sense, right? Regarding to the AI, do you think the artificial intelligence can help physically? I'm talking about physical networking, face-to-face, like me and you, can help the way people do business, or can help filter the right target, or can help improve communication of people who are not really at ease when it comes to meeting people physically? Because there is a lot of people.
How can AI help that?
Yeah.
AI can help put the right-minded people in a room together. AI can't do the networking for you though.
Yeah, well, you see in the social media, you can get in your friend, you can get like suggestion of friends or potential connection that you can add, like meeting requests, connection requests. But when
that's social networking.
Yeah, that's social networking.
That's different.
But when you go to an event, because one of our concept at Signature Network is to connect with people, but we have your profile on the mobile phone, so I can see who you are from the beginning, and I can decide to send you a meeting request if I'm interested in you. So that is done with machine learning. Most of the time, it's purely manual. We collect the profile in advance, and we see potential matchmaking somewhere. But if we put an AI layer on top of that, you really think that will help? Or do you think a human intervention is still needed?
No, I think humans are biased.
Say again?
I think humans are biased.
Humans are biased.
So, if I meet you for the first time, and there's something about you I'm not sure about, I will subconsciously then look for other things about you I don't like. I don't even know I'm doing it, but I do. If there's something about you I do like, and then subconsciously look for other things that I like.
Yes, absolutely.
So we have bias. Okay, there is bias based upon religion. There's bias based upon colour. There's bias based upon career, status. There's all these things that humans take into consideration.
Or even,
I'll give you something simple.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say I'm a dad and I've got a 3-year-old. Okay, and you're a dad and you've got a 3-year-old.
We have something in common.
There's bias. Bias versus you being the guy that doesn't have a 3-year-old.
Or you support the Real Madrid and I support the same football team. Sometimes very small details can really help.
We both share the same physio. You know, we've both been to the same restaurant and had a great meal. And those biases that exist mean that anything that's done comes with an agenda.
Well,
that's what's different about AI. AI will allow that to be removed.
Well, yeah, now we're talking about another dimension of fact, which goes beyond the networking, which is like destiny, luck, like meeting the right person at the right moment. And this is the opportunity. So some people take this opportunity, have that gift to take that opportunity and try to convert it into a business opportunity as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty much it. I would like you to give some small tips to people who really are not comfortable with networking. What can you tell them?
If they're not comfortable with networking, don't do it. Because I don't agree that it's right for everybody. There are many
you really
events.
Believe that? Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think it's right for everyone. I think there are people. My elder sister, she couldn't have imagined a worse place than to go networking.
All right.
My wife loves it. So my wife will go into a group of 20 people, 50 people, 100 people. She'll be a social butterfly the whole evening. She'll get to know. She'll leave and she'll know 10 people. We'll get in the car, drive home, and she'll be telling me about John and Phyllis and Joan and Margaret and Karen and Sally. Okay, she just all these people she met, and she'll be like, "Who did you meet?" And I'm like, "I met Munir." And I liked him, and I stood with him the whole night.
Fish him.
And so, when it comes to networking, in my mind, if you really don't like doing it, okay, don't do it. But if you don't like doing it, and you know it plays a role in your business, then learn how to do it effectively, and understand that networking is not prospecting. Be really clear. Why am I going to this networking group? Why am I part? You must be going there so that you can bring value to them. Now, in return, eventually things come your way. But like you've got like things like BNI.
Yeah, BNI.
BNI it's not a networking group, it's a business development group. Everyone gets together once a month to try and give leads to each other.
It's a group of referrals, yeah.
That's not networking. Networking is when I go out with no other agenda other than to find ways to help you.
So this is targeted internal community, helping each other.
Create a community.
And based on KPIs, yeah.
Not based on KPIs, no KPIs.
Yeah, because I've seen, I attend to this kind of BNI events, and like I know every member has a target. I don't know if you had the chance to attend BNI.
Yeah, I mean, again, all of them. It's not just BNI. Nothing should have a KPI with networking, apart from your own internal KPI of, I've met Munir at this event, what can I do to help this dude? How can I build a relationship with him so I can help him?
Yeah.
And if I have my total agenda is trying to help you and the other 3 people that I meet, and take my phone and I'm like, well, you should speak to my friend John, you should speak, because I think you might be able to help each other, that's me networking.
Bringing added value to it.
Not sitting there focusing on, Munir, who do you know that I can talk to? I've got a business and I need to make some more sales. Munir, who do you know? Can I give you some of my business cards so you can give them to people? That's not networking.
Okay. Understood. Thank you very much, Spencer.